Is it facing you?
It is facing me, Jenny. Time to film. Alright lads, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be kind of looking forward to a couple of this weekend's games. Obviously for me it's the Dunfermline one, but I'm going to kind of steer clear of talking about that game for now because I don't really know what to make of it. I'm going to just touch on the fact that we've obviously brought in a third coach today, and his name's Callum Davidson. We've had a pretty torrid season so far, but this seems like a really good appointment by us, so hopefully that'll maybe kick us on and tomorrow's game can be the start of that. But as I said, I'm not really going to touch on our game specifically in this video. I'm going to go through 6 fixtures that I've picked from this weekend's games, including one from tonight, and the rest I think take place tomorrow. But I'm going to go through them, give my wee mini thoughts on them, and then predict the result that's going to happen. I'm not going to predict like 2-1 or anything like that. I'm going to just predict what team I think will win, or if it'll be a draw, or whatever like that. So, I'm going to go through it. Enjoy the video. First up, I just want to say happy birthday to Good Guys FC member Michael Moffat. There he is, the man himself. Now, he's 34 I believe today, but he's aging like a fine wine. For this video, and this video alone, let's brand the video on Sir Michael Moffat, because he really does deserve it. I mean, I'm sure that looks great to you right now, but it's all for the cause. Happy birthday, Michael Moffat. And now, on to the nitty gritty of the video, and actually predicting what results are going to come from these games that I've picked. I've picked sort of like what Sky Sports do with the Super 6. I've picked 6 fixtures, and basically they're the ones that I think are probably the most talkable type of games, the ones that have got the most talking points behind them. And I think that it's a really vital weekend for teams in and about football this weekend, including Dunfermline ourselves. But for these teams that I've picked, it's a vital weekend as well, so let's get on with it. First up, we've got a fixture that's taking place tonight, Ross County versus East Fife in the Irn-Bru Cup. Now, a couple of months ago, of course, East Fife were involved in a tie that saw them draw Bohemians in the previous round of the Irn-Bru Cup, and then it got rescheduled because Bohemians' season had ended, so they were going to do the fixture at the beginning of the year, and it ended up being around a week or so ago that they were meant to play that fixture. East Fife travelled over to Ireland, and lo and behold, the game got called off. Now, I mean, the players might have enjoyed the weekend away, and the fans might have enjoyed the weekend away as well, but it's an absolute shambles that actually happened, and it really does show that the Irn-Bru Cup needs some serious thinking through if scenarios like that can happen. It shouldn't have been called off in the first place, really. I mean, Bohemian season was over, but should it really have been called off in the first place? And then it got rescheduled, and then lo and behold the game gets called off when it eventually does go round to get played, and then Bohemians had to withdraw from the competition anyway. So it's just a shambles, and there is no positive light to it, apart from the fact that now obviously there is a team through and the competition will go on and someone will end up winning a competition this season. But it's a really small price to pay for the fans that travelled over to Ireland for that game, and I don't know, to me it's just an utter shambles, and the Irn-Bru Cup needs a serious rethink. It won't happen because Neil Doncaster's probably very set in his ways, but oh, what a shambles. As far as this game goes though, I've backed Ross County this season to probably go on and win some form of double in terms of winning 2 trophies in the season, whether that be the League and the Scottish Cup, the League and the Irn-Bru Cup, or anything like that. I feel like they will win 2 trophies this season, and at the moment I think they're sitting top of the championship, and obviously they're still within a very big shout of winning this competition, and I think they'll continue that with a win here. And I'm not sure if this goes into a second leg or anything like that. If it does, I still back Ross County to go and win it anyway. But that's basically what I think about this one. Ross County to beat East Fife in the first tie of 2 this weekend in the Irn-Bru Cup semi-finals. Second up is the next tie in the Irn-Bru Cup this weekend, the other semi-final between Connah's Quay Nomads and Edinburgh City. And I think the biggest tragedy to come for the Iron Brew Cup yet to maybe surface itself would be for a quote-unquote foreign team to still manage to go on and win the Iron Brew Cup. I think it's been shown up to be the shambles that it is, with Bohemians having to withdraw from it, reschedule the game in the first place and stuff like that. So I think honestly it would be the worst possible scenario that we could ever dream of if Connah's Quay Nomads went on and won this competition. It would be a credit to them because I believe they're part-time, but I actually think Edinburgh City will come out on top on this one. I do think that Edinburgh City will end up going through to a final because they're a fantastic side this season and they've got Blair Henderson, one of the most lethal goal scorers in Scotland at the moment. So I think that Edinburgh City will win this tie. Third fixture I'm going to talk about, I'm only going to talk about it briefly because I don't know a hell of a lot about the FA Cup and English football, but Newport versus Man City in the FA Cup. And I mean, the odds are against Newport. They've beaten Premier League sides already this season, and in recent years they've actually took off a lot of scalps in terms of the FA Cup and higher league opposition. But I do think that Man City will obviously just have enough for Newport here. You've got to have a bit of realism when it comes to this sort of stuff. Newport fans will be going into it believing with all they've got, but Man City, come on. It's a Man City win here. Livingston versus Dundee is up next. It's a massive fixture in that end of the table. Of course, Livingston are pretty much safe in my eyes at the moment, and I don't think that's going to ever change until the end of the season. I think they're safe for another year of Premiership football. Dundee, on the other hand, are certainly not out of any sort of trouble at all, and this is a vital fixture for them. And Livingston have been on a pretty average run of form so far. Well, in the last month and a half or so, pretty poor. So I'm going to say it might be a draw here. Dundee could do with a win, and if results don't go their way this weekend, then it could start looking even more bleak for them. But I'm going to go for a draw here. Next up, a similar sort of tie in the Scottish Championship, although these two sides are very close in their league as opposed to Livingston and Dundee. It's Alloa versus Partick Thistle, and this was Gary Caldwell's first game in charge of Partick Thistle when he first came in, and he lost it 1-0 I believe. And now Partick Thistle have the bang on the wall. Apologies for that, by the way. Now Gary Caldwell has completely changed his Partick Thistle side and they seem to be on the up. They're certainly one of the formed sides in the division, so I'm going to back Partick Thistle in this fixture. I saw Alloa last week, and for all that they did play some decent stuff, I think they've kind of lost a bit of their edge in the last month or so. So I think Partick Thistle will come out on top in this one, and I think Partick are going to kick on now, especially with Falkirk picking up form as well. All the teams down the bottom, it really is squeaky bum time for teams that don't start picking up results, and for Partick Thistle and Falkirk so far, they've done their bit, and I think Partick will continue that this weekend against Alloa. And the final fixture I'm going to touch on is the sort of biggest fixture in League One this week, and it's Raith versus Arbroath. Raith with their fantastic home record in the last year, and Arbroath obviously having the lead up at the top end of the table. And if Raith get a win in this fixture, I don't think it really pulls back any sort of hope for Raith in terms of going on to win the title. I think Arbroath will still go on to win the League One title and play Championship football next season. But could Raith win this one? Of course they could. They've got their fantastic home record, as I said. But Arbroath are no pushovers, despite the fact that they've had a few draws here and there in the last couple of weeks. It's a tricky one to call this one, I think, but I think I'll go with a draw again. I think Arbroath will want to prove a point. Alright, Christ, a bike. I think Arbroath will want to prove a point in this fixture, but I think Raith will obviously want to keep their hopes up of maybe winning the league title, but also obviously keeping that gap even closer at the top of the table for even just their own dignity, I suppose. But aye, I'm going to go for a draw on this one as well. And that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. Remember to leave a happy birthday to the man himself, Michael Moffat, because the big guy deserves it. Comment down below your score predictions for the games that I've mentioned as well, and we'll see how everyone can get on with those predictions. Until the next video, which will be the big match, the matchday vlog for tomorrow's game, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.